Number 1. You feel guilty or anxious when trying to relax. You sit down to rest, and your chest tightens. You hear an inner voice whisper, "You should be doing something." In chaotic homes, being useful often felt like the only way to stay safe. If you kept busy, helped out, or stayed productive, you were less likely to be criticized or punished. The brain learned that safety equals productivity, so when you finally slow down, it feels threatening instead of calming. Stillness activates the very stress responses meant to protect, creating what psychologists call relaxation-induced anxiety. Number 2. You were the emotional caretaker for adults. You remember sitting beside your parent after a fight, rubbing their back, whispering, "It's okay, you were 7." You didn't even know what okay meant, but you knew your job was to hold their pain. This is called emotional parentification, when children assume caregiving roles beyond their capacity. In families with emotionally dysregulated adults, children often become stabilizers. The brain adapts by prioritizing others' emotions over its own development, wiring for hyperattunement instead of healthy autonomy. Number 3. You were praised for being so mature or wise beyond your years. Adults admired your calm, your insight, your ability to handle things. But inside, you felt tired, lonely, like you were performing adulthood without rehearsal. When vulnerability isn't safe, children learn to suppress it. They create what psychologists call a false self, a mature facade that earns approval but hides unmet needs. Over time, authentic emotional expression may feel foreign, even shameful. Number 4. You rarely felt safe enough to be playful or messy. You watched other kids laugh loudly, spill juice, cry freely, but you stayed quiet, careful, composed. You felt like joy had a price tag. Chronic stress teaches the body that spontaneity is risky. The nervous system braces for fallout from any emotional expression, making play feel dangerous. A child's window of tolerance for emotions narrows so much that control feels safer than freedom. Number 5. You struggle to ask for help or show weakness. You've always been the strong one, the helper, the one who doesn't need much. But when you do need support, your throat tightens, you feel exposed. Early experiences with insecure attachment teach the brain that asking for help can lead to disappointment or harm. Independence becomes a defense mechanism, less about pride, more about survival. Number 6. You have a deep fear of being a burden. You rehearse conversations before asking for anything. You apologize for existing. You'd rather suffer silently than risk being too much. This fear often traces back to childhood environments where love felt conditional, what psychologists call conditional positive regard. When expressing needs led to rejection, the nervous system learned to equate vulnerability with danger. Over time, self-silencing became a form of protection. Number 7. You felt responsible for keeping the peace. You learned to tiptoe through tension. You knew which sibling to distract, which parent to avoid, which joke might diffuse the room. You became the family's emotional thermostat. In unpredictable households, children often become hypervigilant. The brain's threat detection system stays on high alert, constantly scanning for emotional shifts. The child learns to overfunction to prevent conflict, and peacekeeping becomes automatic. Not a choice, but a survival strategy.